Happy holidays from me, Storm20111, to you, my viewers. And of course, I also hope that you are enjoying your Christmas period as well. And in this week's video, we're not doing any big fancy intro screens. We're actually going to go straight into our very festive Nanobuild, as you have seen in the thumbnail. And no, this is not any clickbait or whatsoever. This is just me trying to unbag and build 3 special Nanoblock sets for Christmas this year. We've got an eggnog, a cream soda Nanoblock set, a Santa going down the chimney set, and also a Christmas present set. And this one is a very big set, guys, so I hope that you look forward to watching me build these sets. And if you do need any help with these videos, you are more than welcome to go back and forth in any of my Nanoblock videos that I've done in the past, and of course this video in particular. So without further ado, let the builds begin. So we're going to be starting off our little video here with the cream soda that we got with the Santa set, so whilst I was in Japan. Now, the special thing about this cream soda set is that it's been given a special set of see-through colored bricks, which is here in the screen. Now, the important thing to know about this set is you don't have to stick with the see-through yellow if you don't. You can actually change it to colors that you want. See-through red, see-through green, whatever tickles your fancy. There is no right or wrong way to change the colors for this Nanoblock set. So if you don't like the yellow or you don't like the red, you can swap it for whatever color you so desire. And so I'm going to start off with this build. And then there we go. There they were. So I'm not expecting a lot of fancy bits, but I am expecting a lot of see-through parts because this is something of a glass display. So I'm going to start off by sorting out all the pieces for this build and putting them into my special bread tray that I've got right here. So it shouldn't take me that long to sort everything out because this is such a short and small, easy nano build to do. So we've sorted out all the bricks that we'll be needing for our cream soda build, and as you can hopefully tell, there is a lot of clear yellow for this because that's the set that I've been given. If you don't like the clear yellow, you can actually swap it out for clear red or clear green. Like I said, whatever tickles your fancy. There is no right or wrong way of building the cream soda set, as this is a very special set that came with the Santa kits that I bought in Japan. So let's begin with showing off the clear bricks. We've got 2 clear 1x3s right here, 3 clear 1x2s. That is a yellow 1x2, a circular clear 2x2 right here, 3 1x1 clears, a 2x2 with 1 peg in the center brick tile right here. Then for the yellows, we've got at least 5 1x3s, and 9 1x2s, and 2 2x4s right there. Then we've also got 2 1x2s with a single peg right here, 2 see-through T's, and 2 1x2s with a underslope right here, or an inverted slope. Then we've also got 3 clear red 1x1 circular bricks right here, a cream 2x2, which should be at the top of the build. And of course another circular 2x2 right here, which will be for near the end to prove that it's the cream of the drink itself. So with that, I'm going to begin with this see-through 2x2 with a circular 1x1 right here. There we go. Now I will try my best to make sure that everyone can see this. And our next brick is this clear 2x2 circular brick right here. That's that. Then for step 3, we're going to need the inverted slope colored bricks, and we need to do them in a circular, well, kind of a rotational pattern as such. So one here, one here, one here, and one here. So that's what the third step should look like. Almost like a crown, if you will. Then for step 4, we just need to grab 2 of the colored 1x2s. Sorry, 4 of them. Oh, I think I might have done it in the wrong way. So I just need to quickly edit, well, swap this book around. Just pop that around like that. Then here. There we go. Much better. That's how it should look like. And then I grab the 2x2s and then start placing them around as such, so that it almost looks like the inside of the cream, well, the filling of the cream soda. There we go. That should be that. And then we'll pop this back onto the display, well, the cup, the bottom of the drinks itself. Nice. And then for step 5, we're going to need 4 1x3s. And then we need to place them around. We can start off with the 1x2s with the 1 peg in the middle each. And then we just place them as such. And then we can grab 1x3s and then have them aligned with what we've put in the middle as such. And then just place 2 more 1x2s. To help keep everything aligned. There we go. And then for step 6, we're going to need the yellow tees. And then place them over the 1x3s and the 1x2 with the 1 peg. As such. That's the first, here's the second. And then 2 more 1x2s. On each end like so. Then for step 7, we grab a 2x4 and we place it over the 1x2s that we've done. Like that. And then 2 more 1x3s. One here. And one here. As such. Then we grab 2 yellow. Ooh. Sorry, not yellows. We grab the clear ones now. For 8, we grab a clear 1x3 on both ends. And then 1x2s as well. One and 2. Then we grab the yellow circular 2x2. Place it in the middle like here. And then at the top, the cream 2x2. And then we finish it off with a little cherry on the top. And that is it. That is our cream soda nano build over and done with. Nice and easy. And of course, if you, like I said, if you are not happy with the yellow, the clear yellow, you can actually swap it for another color. And with that now over and done with, I'm now going to go get ready and prepare for the next nano build. Now, if you've ever had a child that's always asked, how does Santa always get into the house to deliver the presents? And the oldest answer to the question is he goes down a chimney. And this Nanoblock set is going to, bring that to life for every child. So enjoy as I bring Santa Claus to your living room and your Nanoblock collection to life. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 5 sets, and of course instructions where it tells us what bricks are needed for each step. So it looks like I'm gonna have to get started with organizing all the bricks first, and then I'll show you what I have. So we've now sorted all the pieces that we're going to need for this Santa on the Chimney Nanoblock set, and we've got quite a wide variety of bricks to begin. So I'll start off with the reds, because they are going to be a little difficult to see, but I will try my best to explain what they are. So where my stylus is pointing, those are the 1x4s that we have. We have some 1x2s and 1x1s here. We also have some 1x3s with 2 pegs in the middle, so that is going to be the unique ones. And you'll also have to be careful with these bricks as well. We also have some 1x3s with the 3 pegs on them as well for the build. And we also have some some 2x2s with 1 peg in the center each. I don't know how many we're going to need. So with the reds over and done with, let's go over the whites. We've got some 1x3s, some T's. We also have some 1x4s, 1x2s, and 1x1s. We also have some 2x4s, 2x2s, some white L's right here, and some 1x2s with 1 peg in the very middle each. Then let's move over to the different color ones. We've also got some blacks. We've got some 1x2s. We've got some circular 1x1s. There's also one right here, which is rolled away. And we've also got some black square 1x1s here. Then we've also got some dark blue 1x1s, which are going to be for the present for the build. We also have yellow 1x2s here. Some pinkish 1x1s and some T's, which will be for Santa Claus's hands and his face. We've also got some light brown 1x2s and dark brown 1x2s as well for the chimney itself. So with all the pieces now sorted, I'm going to get all the pieces that we'll need for step 1 of the build. For step 1 of this build, we have a white 2x2, 2 white L's, a white T, 2 1x3 reds, and a 1x4 red right here, so that we can start off with the foundation of the Santa build. Step 1 of the build is over and done with, and it will be a little bit loose, but don't worry, because hopefully in step 2 we should have this fixed. So let's go over what we've done for the build first and foremost. We started off with the red 1x3s, and we put them together each on top of each other, one on top of the other. And we've done it kind of like a red 2x3, if you will, for the base of the model. Then for the top, I began with the white 2x2 and placed it to the right of the red 1x3s that we've done at the bottom layer. Then I placed a white L where the gap is facing the northeast, and it was going to be filled by the white 2x2 that we've done here. Then to the back here is a white T where the odd peg will be facing south of the model. And then to this to its left is another white L where the gap is facing the southeast instead of the northeast. And that gap is filled by the red 1x4, which is heading in a horizontal direction. So that is it for step 1, and don't worry if it's coming a little bit loose. Hopefully in later steps we will have this fixed, and hopefully in step 2 we should have the pieces to do this. For step 2 of the build, we are going to need some white and black as well as some yellow. So for the yellow, we've got the 1x2 right here. We also have a white 1x1 right there. 7 black 1x2s, which is going to be mostly for the belt. Then we've also got 3 red 1x2s and 1x3s right here to help carry on with the suit effect, well, the suit for the model. So I'm going to get to work on that step now. Part 2 of the nano build is over and done with, and we started off with the white 1x1 here on the third peg, well, the second peg coming from the inside of the of step 1 for the 1x4 here. Then right here on the right, to its right, is a red 1x2 in a vertical position, so that it's just over the white L that we've done in step 1. Then throughout the back, I've placed 3 red 1x3s, both in vertical positions, so that they are kind of forming the foundation for the body of Santa Claus. Then on both the left and the right side of this set is 2 red 1x2, so that in horizontal positions to also give that round figure for Santa. Then here at the top is the 7 black 1x2s, so that they're kind of looking like a full, well, these are looking like 1x4s. And then a 1x2 on both ends, so that it keeps the illusion of the belt for Santa Claus intact. Then right here is a yellow 1x2 in a horizontal position, so that it stays, so that it shows the belt buckle for Santa himself. So with step 2 now over and done with, I'm now going to get to work on putting together all the pieces that I need for step 3 of the build. For step 3 of the build, we are going to need a pinkish 1x1 here, a white 1x2, 2 1x4s, 3 1x2s, and 3 1x3s, and a 1x3 with 2 pegs in the middle. So with those now gathered, it's time for me to get to work on building the set. And just a quick note, because this is also part of the build, we just need to put on the pink 1x1 on top of a red 1x2 on either the left or the right side. It doesn't really matter. So that's what we need to do. And now we're ready to carry on with the build. We're nearly done with part 3 of the nano build. I just thought it would be great to show you what I had to do so far. So I began with the red with a red 1x3 in a vertical position over the 1x2s. Who's in the black, yellow, and black that we did in step 2. And then I placed a red 1x2 right here on the right side in a vertical position again. And then a red 1x4 alongside it, so that kind of forms a red 1x6, if that makes any sense. Then I did the same again, but exactly on opposite ends of the model. So the 1x4 is here, and with the 1x4s, you have to make sure that there is at least a space free underneath, so that we can actually put the arms for the model down. So for this example, for the right side of Santa Claus, or its left side, we put the 1x2, the bricks that we did first, underneath. So it should look like this. And then at the back is a red 1x3, again in the vertical position. And then right here at the top, at the very front, in the middle of that red 1x3 that we did, is a white 1x2 in a horizontal position, so that it's pointing away from the body itself. Kind of like the in the first step that we did with 1x4. Then I did a red 1x3 in a vertical position right behind it, and of course I made sure that the middle peg was exactly behind the white 1x2 that we've done here. And then behind it is a red 1x3 with 2 pegs in the middle. So that kind of almost forms a sort of Christmas tree, if you will. Except there's no point, top on this tree. So with that over and done with, we now need to get all the bricks that we need for step 4 together, so that we can get to work on Santa's bag. For step 4 of the build, we need a lot of white, because this is Santa's bag where he keeps all the presents that he brings into the house. We've got 8 L's, we've got 8 white L's, a 1x4, 4 2x2s, and 2 1x2s. So this is a 2-part step, which we will do in just a second. So let's just begin with with part 1 of step 4. So we're done with part 1 of step 4, and it's a really easy part to begin with. We start with white 2x2 here as the foundation brick for the build, and then we put all around it on the top 4 white L's where the gaps are facing northeast, southeast, northwest, northwest, and southwest, respectively. And you have to make sure that the middle of each, that it's kind of forming a kind of a white cross shape for the bag. Then at the top right here is 2 white 2x2s. We couldn't use a 4x4 because that's going to be for another step. And then we also put on a white 1x2, both in vertical or horizontal positions depending on where you're looking at this. It's to help carry on with the rounded shape for Santa's bag. So that is it for part 1 of step 4. It's now time for me to get to work on part 2 of step 4. For part 2 of step 4, it's over and done with, and we've got ourselves a nice little bag that Santa carries around with him. So again, we grabbed the 4 white L's and made sure that it kind of forms a cross or a plus, if you will. Then in the middle of all those L's is a white 2x2 to help keep everything nice and secure. Then on the bottom right corner is the white 1x4, which will help extend to where we need to put on the main model itself, which is the pink, or the fleshy part right here. So it should look like this. Santa's got his knapsack. And with that over and done with, we can now gather the pieces we'll need for step 5, and then carry on with the build. For step 5 of the build, we're going to need another pinkish 1x1 here for part of, well, which is going to be for Santa Claus's hand. And we'll also need a white 1x1 here, a red 1x1, and a red 1x2. And returning back to the right, we need 2 white 1x2s, 2 white 1x3s, 2 white T's, and 2 white 2x2s. To help form the beard of Santa Claus himself. And just a quick note, one before we actually move on to the build itself, we just need to assemble the arm of Santa Claus. So it's going to be a red 1x2 on with 1x1 on top on either end, doesn't really matter. Then a white 1x1 here, followed by a pink 1x1, or the nougat 1x1. So it should look like this. So Santa is basically holding got his hand out ready to bring in a present. And that is it for that. We can now move on to the rest of the assembly. For step 5 of the build, it was nice, well, started out as a little bit awkward, but once I've figured how to do it, it was really easy to finish off. So I began with the putting the arm of Santa Claus onto his right arm, so that he's ready for what's to come next. Then at the back, I placed a white 1x2 over the red 1x3 with the 2 pegs on it, directly over it. Then I went from the back to the front, which will help out with your Santa build. I did 2 white 1x3s in vertical positions, where it was helping to form the beard for Santa himself. Then right here is the white 1x2, and if you feel like it's a little bit off, you can actually use some other nanoblocks to help out with the alignment. Then here at the top is a white T where the odd peg is facing north to the back of the model, and then another white T where the odd peg is facing south. Then their gaps are filled on both the left and the right side here with 2x2s, the white 2x2s. So that is it for part 5. Santa now has a beard. We just need to give him a face and, of course, a present to help take down the chimney. So let's get the bricks that we'll need for step 6. For step 6 of the build, we are going to need a lot of bricks. So we've got a lot of reds and, of course, plenty of whites that we'll need for this step. So let's start with the reds. We've got 5 red 1x3s. We've also got 5 red 1x1s and a 1x2 here, which will be for the top of the presents ribbon. We've also got 8 blue 1x1s. Now, if you want, you can actually swap these blue bricks for another color. You can go for green, you can go for yellow, you can go for whatever you like. There's no right or wrong way to actually put the present together for this step of the build. Then we've got 4 white 1x2s, 3 1x3s, and a white tea. And speaking of teas, we've got 2 nougat teas right here. And we've also got 2 circular black 1x1s for the eyes of Santa Claus. So I'm actually going to start this one off a little differently. I'm going to start off with putting the head together, and then we'll get to work on the presents on screen so that you can see what to do. For step 6 of the build, we've actually started off with the head, like I said that we would. I began with the nougat tea with the odd peg facing south, and then went backwards by placing 3 white 1x3s directly behind it, so that kind of forms a white 3x3 to help out with the top layer of this build right here. Then, as you can see on the top, I then began with the nougat tea with the odd peg facing south again, like I did earlier. Then I grabbed the circular black 1x1s and used those as the eyes, and placed them in between the gaps of that tea that we placed in first. Then at the back is a white tea, where it's again the odd peg is facing south, and then right in between each of its gaps is a white 1x2, where they're in a vertical alignment so that they help create the head for Santa Claus. So with the head now over and done with, I thought it would be a great little early Christmas present myself to show you guys on what to do for the present itself. So let's actually begin with a red 1x3 here, and then some blue 1x1s, or if you want, you can have yellow or you can have green. Again, it is entirely up to you. There is no right or wrong preference for doing the present of this model. And then in between that, at the south, is another red 1x1 here. And then again, a red 1x1 here, with 2 more blue 1x1s. That's that done. Then we grab 3 red 1x1s, 1x3, sorry, and then place them on top of what we done as such. And if you don't like the red ribbons, you can actually swap out the colors for something else. Mix and match, be adventurous, however you like. There's no right or wrong of doing the Christmas present whatsoever. So it should look a little something like this now. And then for the top, we need another red 1x3 across as such. And then more red 1x1s, 2 more of these. One here. And then one here. And then get the corners with some blue 1x1s. And that's the base of the Christmas present done. And then we can move on to the middle, which will be a red 1x1, like that. And then a red 1x2 to help form the ribbon for the present. And then we can attach this to Santa's extending arm as such. And there we go. Santa's got a present to deliver. And now we just need to get all the pieces that we need for part 7 of the build. Well, step 7 of the build. For step 7 of the build, we're going to be working on Santa's hat, his famous red hat. And for this step, we're going to need 8 1x2s with a peg in the middle, a white 2x2 right here, 5 red 1x3s with 2 pegs in the middle, a red 1x3 with 3 pegs, and then a 2x2 with 1 peg in the center. So with that now over and done with, I can get to work on step 7. Step 7 is nearly completed. I just thought it would be nice to share with you what I had to do with the model so far. So beginning with the head of Santa Claus, I've placed the 6 of the 8 1x2s with the 1 pegs in the middle over the head of Santa Claus himself, all in a horizontal position so that it kind of helps to form something like this for the build itself. Then for the hat itself, instead of going up one layer, I actually went up to the layer above it. I began with the red 1x3s with the 2 pegs in the middle, and then placed them over the remaining 3 1x3s he's over, so that it helps to connect everything together. And then I just placed it on top of the model like so. Here we go. Perfect. So it looks like this. And then I placed the 2x2 with the 1 peg in the middle on top of those 2 that we've done earlier. Now, for the next step, for the part of the step, we have to, if I could just, there we go. We need to do the bubble of Santa Claus's hat. So we begin with a white 2x2, and then we place 2 white 1x2s with a peg in the middle, and put them all on top of the 2x2 that we started with. And then we grab a red 1x3, the red 1x3 that we've got, and place it here. And make sure that it's at least over just 1 peg and not both, otherwise it's going to look a little bit awkward. And then we place this on the odd peg as such. And now Santa Claus has his hat, his trademark hat. And we can now move on to step 8, where we have to give Santa some feet so that he can go down the chimney. And for step 8 of the build, we're going to be working on his boots. We need 2 black 1x2s, and 2 black 1x1s, 2 white 1x1s, and a red 1x2. So let's actually do this on the camera so that everyone sees what we have to do. For each leg, each foot, we do a black 1x2 and a 1x1. And we put the 1x1 on one of the ends of the 1x2. As such. And then we put on the white 1x2, again the same way. Excellent. And for the red 1x2, it doesn't really matter which of the feet that we do it on. We just have to do it according to the instructions. We put this over the white 1x1, and making sure that it is kind of aligned with the black brick, the black 1x2 that we did at the beginning of the step. So that's what we have to do. Then we just we turn the model upside down, and then we put this here, and then this here. So that kind of looks like Santa Claus is starting to go down the chimney, which we now need to get to work on. So we need to get all the bricks that we need for step 9 and finish off the build. For the final step of the build, we're going to be building the chimney itself, and we're going to need a lot of brown bricks. So we've got 23 dark brown bricks, 1x2s, and 11 1x2 brown bricks here. We've also got 4 white 1x4s and 4 white 2x4s to help out with the snow for the build itself. And instead of doing this part by part, we're actually going to do it layer by layer. And to help out with this, it's my trusted little light display. For the first layer of step 9, we have a good solid foundation for the model. So we've got, I began with a white 2x4 here in our vertical position as my foundation brick for this build, this step part. Then I grabbed 2 dark brown 1x2s and placed them both in horizontal positions right in the middle of the 2x4 that we did here. And then another white 2x4 to help with the snow effect for the chimney. Now, it could have been easier if we had a dark brown 2x2. If that's how you want to do it, it's entirely up to you. You don't have to always go with what I'm doing. And then we've grabbed 2 more dark brown 1x2s and placed one here on the bottom row of the white 2x4 that we've done here. And then another one right here in the middle of it at the bottom as such. Then instead of just going around one way, I actually just kind of did it in the asymmetrical, well, color by color. So I then grabbed a light brown 1x2 here and placed it here in the horizontal position, and then another one again in the horizontal position. Then two more dark brown 1x2s. One here, this one here is in a horizontal position, and then here is in a vertical position, and of course where it's the right peg is right underneath the light brown that we did here. And then speaking of the light brown, we've got another one where it's connecting this one to this one here in a horizontal, vertical position, sorry. So it kind of looks like a chimney. And with that over and done with, we can now move on to the second layer where we're going to add more to the chimney. For the second layer of the chimney, we have gone and added some more white to the where Santa is going to be stepping through. We've got two white 2x4s in vertical positions where the first one here at the back is over the first one, at least for a row away from it. And of course over the brown 1x2s that we've done here. Then we've grabbed another white 2x4, again in vertical position underneath the first one that we've done. Then here, right in the middle, is a dark brown 1x2 here, here, and then here. And it's almost kind of like a colorful 1x4, if you will. So it kind of circles around for the chimney here. Just make sure that for both the side parts of the chimney, there is a light brown 1x2 here and one here, so that it gives off the effect that it's a proper brick chimney instead of an odd chimney color scheme, if you will. So that should be what it looks like after part 1 of step 9. We are going to get to work on the third layer of the step 9, and we're going to be adding some more color to the chimney. The third layer is over and done with, and we've got 3 brown, dark brown 1x2s, where it actually looks like a very nice L, if you will, on both ends. Then a light brown 1x2 in horizontal positions on the bottom right corner and the top left corner here. So that is what it should look like after layer 3 of the step. And now we can get to work on the next layer, where we're going to hopefully have somewhere for Santa to stand on. I've lifted up the camera a bit so that I can show you guys what you have to do for the end of step 9, which we are fastly approaching. But first I have to explain what I did first and foremost. So I began with the light brown 1x2s, 4 of these, and I placed the ones on the bottom left and the top right corner in vertical positions, heading towards around the brick chimney, so that it helps keep the illusion working. Then I placed the ones on the top left and the bottom right in horizontal positions, so that they are aiming towards, they are aligned with the sides, the right and the left sides of the chimney here and here. Then I grabbed the dark brown 1x2s and used those to fill in the gaps between the light brown bricks that we've done here, here, and here. And then I grabbed the last 2 dark brown 1x2s that we needed and placed them both in a horizontal position, heading towards the inside of the chimney as such. So that is it for the 4th layer of step 9. We can now move on to the final layer and the end of this, where we have to actually apply the white 1x4s that we've got here and put them around the chimney as such, so that it helps keep everything secure. One here. Oh, if it will let me, if it will stay for me. There we go. And then the last one here, so that it helps with keeping these 2 dark browns together, so that we can put Santa's feet inside the chimney. And we just have to put this leg here. And then ta-da! Santa is stepping down a chimney. Well, once I put his knapsack back on. There we go. And it's nice and secured. So that is the second nano build of this festive video. And now we've only got one more left to go, and it is something of a big one. And the last nano build of this video is something that everybody should be opening at this time of the year, and it is a Christmas present. And this one is a very big Christmas present because it also has a very unique feature where you can actually open it and it reveals the inside, where it shows Santa and the reindeer flying off into the sky. Now, there is another unique thing about this Nanoblock set. Instead of using the transparent plate that comes with the set, you can actually use this LED display to help, help bring it to life with a beautiful little light show. And it's entirely up to you if you want to use this or the plate that it comes with for your build. And of course I will be using the plate from this build for this video. Now I'm going to be opening the present on the right side, starting off with here. And this is a difficulty level 3, but hopefully with the tips that I'll be showing in this video, it will be a difficulty level 2. And we've got a lot of bags here, and a big instruction booklet as well. So, there's going to be a lot of work to go through, so I shall see you guys in but a moment. This has been a very tiring organizing for me, and it's kind of the third or the fourth. I can't remember how many of these big boxes that I've done. But anyway, it's all sorted, and I just need to go through what we have for this Christmas present build. I'm going to start with the camel colors here. We've got 6 1x4s here, and we've also got 6 1x3 curved bricks here. We also have 8 L's and 2 1x2s with no pegs on them, so they're going to be implemented in the build somehow. We have 4 1x4s, which have curved edges here. We also have 4 circular 1x1s here. Those are the that column right there. We have 3 1x6s right here. We have there we go. 14 1x2s, 4 2x4s, a 2x3, and that is it for the camel colors. Then we'll move on to the golden rounds, where we have a 2x2 with a slope on the edge here. Then we've also got a 4 1x2 with inverted slopes. 3 2x2s, a 1x2, and a 1x4 here, and also a 2x4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, that's it for the rounds, the golden rounds. Then we're going to move on to the normal rounds, where we have 4 1x2 with curved edges, a circular 5 circular 2x2s, and 4 circular 1x1s. Then we've got 7 2x8s. Yep, I'm correct on that. A light blue circular 2x2 and a creamy circular 2x2 here. Then we're going to move on to the top right of my plastic tray here, where we have bronze green pieces. We have 10 1x1s, 12 2x2s, and 15 2x3s. We also have 2 2x2s with 1 peg in the very middle of them, of the brick, and 23 1x2s in rustic green, just so you know what color it is. Then for the dark blue, we have 12 2x8, 4 2x3s, and 8 1x4s. We even have a 1x2 with a... Sorry, we have 8 of these with a little mouthpiece right here for the model later on. For the ones with the circular balls on one of the ends. And it's that for the first tray. For the second tray, there is a lot of reds, and honestly, there was at least 13 bags worth that I had to go through just to organize everything for this build. It has taken me a long time to sort out. It's a really long time. I should have had a stopwatch for this, but never mind. Let's move on to the whites first here. We've got 21 by 1s, circular 1x1s here. We have 7 rounded 1x3s here. We also have 4 1x2s with a slope on one end. We also have a circular 2x2 here. We have 3 2x2s, square ones. And we also have 4 1x2s and 4 1x2s which have an inverted slope. And we also have 5 white 1x2s as well. So that's it for the whites. Then we'll move on to the clear yellows. We have 7 1x1s here, right by where my stylus is. And we have 12 yellow 1x1s square here. We also have some black for the build as well. We have 4 1x2s. And we also have a 2x2 right here. Now, the next bricks are going to be the clear ones. And I know it will be hard to see, but I will try my best to explain what we've got. We have 12 1x6s right here. We have 21 L's, clear L's. We have... these are the 2x2s. We've got 7 of these. Then right here, we have 20 1x1s and 3 2x4s. We also have some 2x4s with no pegs on them. We've got about 4 of these. We also have 4 2x2s with 1 peg in the very center. Then we've also got 2 2x2s with a circular attachment, circular mouth joint on one end. And we have 18 2x2s with a circular ball attached to one end of each of those pegs. So that's going to be for later on in the video. Now for the red ones, and this one was the trickiest of them all. Let's start off with the ones that gave me the biggest headache. We've got 47 2x4s where they have the pegs on them. We have 54 2x4s with no pegs on them. We'll stick with the no pegs next. We've got 24 1x2s, and that's it. Then we've got, for the ones with the pegs, we have 1x2s, we've got 8 of these. We have 9 2x3s right here at the top. We have 2 red L's. For the circular 1x2s, we have 6 of these. We have a 1x3 with 2 pegs in the middle. 4 1x2s with slopes on them. 8 1x2s with inverted slopes. We have, let me see here. Yep, 8 1x2s with a peg in the middle. Then we also have 2 2x2s with slopes on them, and 6 2x3s with slopes on them, long slopes. We have 17 1x1s right there, 4 2x2s with circular balls attached to them, and 12 2x2s with circular joints right here. So that is it for all the bricks, and I'm just glad that it's over and done with. Now I can move on to step 1 of the build, and it's a really easy step actually. I just don't need to put everything aside. I just need to start off with a clear 2x2, and then put on 4 white 1x2 with inverted slopes on it. Kind of like how we did with the cream soda that we did at the beginning of this video. So it goes like this. 2, 3, 4. And that should be it for step 1. Then for step 2, I just need to grab the 4 1x2s with the slopes on them in white. Go, yes, 2, 3, as I get it out. 4, yep, there they are. So this is what step 1 should look like. And we'll also need the 1x2s, the square ones, these, and we have to put each one underneath the slope. And this is actually for one of the sub-assemblies for the model here. And there's going to be a lot of sub-assemblies that we'll have to go through. But this video will go over each sub-assembly for everyone to understand. There we go. And then we put each one on top like so. And that will do for step 2. So this is what it should look like. Then for step 3, we need 2 brown curved 1x2s. And then we put them one here and one here. And if you're concerned about the wobbling of the model, don't worry, this circular white 2x2 is the perfect fix for that. And then for step 4, we just grab 2 white 2x2s, put one on top of the other, and then grab the blue, the light blue, pastel blue, or whatever blue you want to call it, on top like so, and then attach it like this. And that should be it for step 4. That's one of the sub-assemblies completed, so now we can put this to the side and then get to work on step 5. Step 5 of the present Nanoblock build is done, and this is the sub-assembly for the little house for the inside of the present. So we began with some camel 1x2s here at the bottom, and some 1x4s here in horizontal form, and then a 1x6 in a vertical position to help connect to the 1x4s and the 1x2s here at the bottom. Then here at the top is some camel L's, where it's kind of forming a large square, if you will, but here at the top there is a 1x2 to connect the top, the 1x4, the 1x6 L's with the 1x4s. So it should look like this after step 5, and hopefully in step 6 we can help resolve the shaking, the wobbling of parts of the model, because it does look a little bit loose, but hopefully in step 6 it will be resolved. Part 6 of the build is now done, and we have stopped the shaking for this sub-assembly right here. So I began with the camel 1x4 and placed it horizontally to connect the bricks from step 5 together. And then I placed 2 camel 1x2s horizontally so that it's in line with the building as such. And then here at the back is another camel 1x4 with 2 more 1x2s here and here. And then at the top is a camel 1x6 right here and here, both in vertical positions to help keep everything steady and connected. Then 2 1x4s so that they create the illusion of a little window for the house. So with that over and done with, we can now move on to step 7 and add more fun details to this little house. Step 7 of the build is now completed, and we've got the base for the roof. That was actually where I started. I grabbed the 2 dark red 2x8s and placed them both horizontally in line with the little door gap here at the front of the building. And then 4 camel L's, where this one has, well, the bottom ones have the gaps facing north, west, and northeast. And the top ones here at the back, the southwest and southeast, so that it helps create a sort of foundation for the next step, which we're about to do. Otherwise, it would just be a little bit loose and rather difficult to try and control with the build later on. Step 8 of the nano build is done, and we have a, well, it's a little more structurally stable now because of what we've done in the last step. So I began with the 2 dark red 2x8s again and did what I did in the last step, which make them horizontally. So I put them horizontally, and if they did look a little unaligned, I could actually position them again using another brick as a sort of, well, something of a stabilizer, and then take off that loose brick. As such, then I put on 2 camel 1x2s in vertical positions, one at the front and then one at the back, and then to help fill up the gap is another camel, well, it's actually a camel 2x4 in a horizontal position so that it keeps everything structurally stable. Then, to help add some snow details onto the model, we've got some circular 1x3s, one here and here, and then another one here at the back, and a 1x2 here, so that it adds a nice bit of a detail to the house to make it more seasonal. So with that over and done with, we can now move on to step 9 and finish, and carry on with the roof itself. Step 9 of the build is done, and we have, well, we've nearly got a full roof here with these dark brown 2x8s here, both in horizontal positions. Next up, I grabbed a white curve-rounded 1x3 here and placed one peg away from the front. Then a camel 2x3 in a horizontal position, and of course making it at least 3 pegs away from the front again, sort of like in the middle of the 2x8s that we've done here on the side. Then just behind that 1x2 is another white circular 1x2 here to carry on with the snow details. Now this brick is going to be used for the chimney, which we're going to add on step 11 of the build. Sorry, step 10. We're not even on step 11 yet. Step 10 of the build is completed, and we've got a full roof, and we're actually working on the chimney for the display. Now the chimney is 2 camel 1x2s, where they're kind of like a 2x2, if you will. But if you wanted to use a 2x2, you're more than welcome to. But for the purpose of this video, we're instructed to do 1x2s on top of the other, both one on top of the other, sorry, where they're both in vertical positions as such. Then here at the front there is a white 1x3 with rounded edges, and another one here which is at least a peg away from each other. Then a white 1x2 right here for the continued illusion of snow. And with that over and done with, we've only got step 11 to do. Finally, at least I got my numbers right this time. Step 11 of the build is almost done, and I do mean almost. We've got one little thing that we need to do before we move on to step 12, which we will do on the video, well, on the screen in a moment. We began with the camel 1x2s, again, 1x2s, this time they're in horizontal positions, and they are over the camel 1x2s that we did in the last step. Then I grabbed a white rounded 1x3 and place it here, and made sure that the odd peg is below, right, coming up to the front of the house here. Then 2 more white rounded 1x2s, one here and one here, so that it gives that illusion that there is actually snow on the roof of the building itself. Now, next to the front 1x2 here, the white 1x2 here, we need to put in some clear 1x1s, and put them, we've already done one here, we just needed to do another one right at the front, so that they're over the white 1x3s that we've done in the previous step. So it should look like this now. Perfect, you can see that. And then we can move on to step 12, where it's an easy one. We just need 2 clear 2x2s with the ball bearings on them, and then we put them one over the chimney, and then another one over the snow and the clear bricks that we did earlier. And that should be it for step 12, and we can put this sub-assembly onto the side so we can move on to step 13, where we can build some of the trees. So I had another look at the instructions, and I noticed that step 13 and 18 are basically the same step. It's 4 bronze greens with the, well, 2x3s for each one, and they have to be positioned almost like they're a saw blade, if you will, when you turn them around, as such. And in the middle of each one, you have to put on another rustic green 2x2 this time to help connect everything for the tree itself. So since we're assembling 2 trees, we might as well do both of them, both 13 and 18, well, both trees on the screen at the same time. I'll just let you remind you that the one on the left is step 13, and the one on the right is step 18. So we'll now move on to step 14 and step 19, where we're going to add some details to each of the trees. Steps 14 and 19 are both done, and as you can probably tell here on screen, there's a bit of a big difference between step 14 and 19. So 14 have these circular 1x1s attached to them. The step 19 doesn't have a single one. So I began with step 14, and I placed 4 bronze green 2x2s around each of the tree, the corners, sides, if you will, and had to make sure that they were at least around and away from the 2x3s that we did in the previous step. Kind of the same thing as here. And then filled in the gaps between those 2x2s with some rustic green 1x1s. Right here. So it should all come to the same. Then for step 14, I grabbed 3 circular white 1x1s and placed each one on a specific part of the tree. Then I also had to put on a clear yellow 1x1 and place it on this side of the tree as well. So that is it for step 14. Step 19 is basically the same as 14, but you don't add the circular 1x1s to the tree. It's probably going to be added later in another step. So let's actually move on to step 15 and step 20 of the build, where we're actually going to, it will feel like it is a little bit loose, but hopefully in the next step, everything will be a little bit more structurally stable. Steps 15 and 20 of the Nanobuild is done, and as you can see, there is another huge difference as well between the 2 trees. This one had, I needed to do 2 rustic bronze green 2x3s, both in horizontal positions, and connecting to rustic bronze green 1x2s in vertical positions, where the one on the left side is actually on top of the 2x3, and the one on the right is underneath the 2x3 as such. Then I had to grab a white 1x1 circular brick right here and place it close to the yellow 1x1, the clear 1x1 here. Here, just for the effect of the tree, probably for the lights. And speaking of lights, we've got 3 more clear yellow 1x1s. One here, and one here. So that is it for those. Then for step 20, we had to grab 4 more rustic green 2x3s. Sorry, bronze green 2x3s. I keep getting that wrong. And I basically did the same as what I did in steps in step 18, where it's kind of like another sword blade effect, if you will. So it looks like this. And of course, there are 3 white 1x1s. So one here at the front, where it's to the right. Another one here, where it's at the top. And one here, where it's at the left. So it should look like this. This is what each tree should look like. So now, with those details added to the trees, we can move on to step 16 and 21, where we're going to be adding some more layers to the trees. Step 16 and 21 are both over and done with, and for step 16, we had to start off a little more, a little easily. We grabbed 4 bronze green 1x2s and placed them like we did with step 13 in a kind of like a sword blade motion, where it was actually running around like that. And then for the layer on top, it's another 4 lot of bronze green 1x2s, where it's actually in reverse, like that. So that's what it should look like. And then at the top of each one is a clear yellow 1x1, one here and one here, so that it carries on with the light effects for the Christmas tree. So this one has the lights on it, this one does not. And just trying to make sure that it is in the right, yep, it's in the right position. And of course there are 2 white 1x1s, no sorry, 3 white 1x1s, 2 at the front here and 1 at the back to help give that snow effect. And then for step 21, we had to put on a bronze green 2x3 right here, where my stylus is pointing to, and place it in the vertical position so that it helps connect everything from step 20 and of course the previous steps as well. And then I had to surround it with some bronze green 1x2s, 2 at the bottom and 2 at the top, both in vertical positions. And then to connect them all, the top and the bottom, is another bronze green 1x2 in a horizontal position, so that it connects to the 2x3, so that it kind of forms a 2x4, if you will. Then here at the top is 4 more bronze green 1x2s, and again, it's the same as what we did on this step right here, which is step 16. So now we just need to finish off step 17 for this tree right here, and move on to step 22 for this tree. Step 17 is done, and this is the tree that we are finished with. And of course step 22 is also done. So let me start off with step 17. We began with a bronze green 2x2 and placed it in the middle of the 1x2s that we did from step 16. And then on top of that is another bronze green 2x2, but with only the 1 peg in the middle. And to fill it, to help give that tree the topping effect, there is another bronze green 1x1 here, right, so that it's the top, the crown of the tree. And then to finish it off is another clear yellow 1x1, kind of like a Christmas star, if you will, which is beautiful. Then for step 22, we had to grab some more rustic bronze green 1x2s and do the same thing that we did earlier. Instead of doing it from the left side, it's on the right side and so on. Then I placed a bronze green 2x2 in the middle right here to help keep everything secure and connected. Then I grabbed 4 white 1x1s, circular 1x1s, placed 1 here at the front, 1 here on the right, and 1 here on the left. And then another one on the same level as the 2x2 that we placed here at the top, and another white 1x1 here on the top row of the pegs. So that is it for step 22. I might as well do step 23 here on camera to show you what you have to do for that step. So you grab a bronze green 2x2 with 1 peg and place it on top like so. Then another bronze green 1x1. Place it on the peg as such, and then a white 1x1 circular brick, and place it on the top as such. And that is step 23 of the build, and that is it. We can now move on to step 24, where it looks like we're going to be building Santa's sleigh. Step 24 of the build is right here. I'm willing to bet pennies of pounds that you guys can't see it that well, but I will try my best to explain what I had to do. So I began with a clear here 2x2, who right here is my foundation brick. And then on top of it is a 2x2 with a ball, with a ball mouth here, a joint right here. Then to the left of that 2x2 is a 2x4, clear 2x4 in a vertical position so that it connects everything. And then in the middle of that 2x4 is a clear L where the gap is facing the northwest of the build. I'm trying to make sure that when you do this bit right here, the clear joint mechanic, it's also facing the top so that it's not facing the right or the left. Otherwise, the L won't be able to be attached to the model. And of course, it would be also difficult for these two clear 2x4s in a vertical position to connect everything together. It's almost like a clear 2x8, if you will, if that's a lot easier for you. To make it a lot a simpler build for you. So that's it for step 24. For step 25, we're going to be starting our work on the sleigh itself. Step 25 of the build is over, and we have ourselves a, sort of a good foundation for the sleigh. We've got I believe they are the slopes for the sleigh itself. So we've got two camel 1x4s, one here, and one here, both in vertical positions and in line with the clear 2x4s that we've done in the previous step. And then we also place two 1x3 camels with rounded edges here and here, so that it kind of gives that sleigh effect that they're all known for. Then on top of each one is a camel circular 1x1, where for the 1x4s, each circular one has each one is on the end of the 1x4, and for the 1x3, they are in the very middle of those bricks. So that is it for step 25. For step 26, we're going to actually build the base of the sleigh and hopefully some fine details to the model as well. Step 26 of the build is finished, and there is a bit of a color difference on the sleigh, I know, so I'll explain what I had to do first. So it's really easy. I just did a camel 2x4 in a vertical position and placed the left side right in between the front circular 1x1s that we did in step 25. And made sure that it was also in line with the 1x3 that we did as well. So it should look like this from the top view. And then to its left is a camel 2x3, again in the vertical position, so it's kind of like a 2x7, sorry. Then here at the very front is two golden brown 1x2s with inverted slopes, so it's kind of like the front of the sleigh, if you will, which is brilliant. And with that, we can actually go on to step 27, and it's an easy one. We just need to grab two camel 2x4s right here, and then place them at the back. One here, once I fix that. Here we go. That was a big oops on my part. So we might as well start with this one here. And then place this one right here. So it should be connected nicely. And then we can put the two camel 1x2s with no pegs on at the front. Those. One here. One here. So that is it for step 27. And then we can move on to step 28. And we'll have to do one of this. Well, where are they? Those, here we go. The black bounded 1x2s. We need two of these. Two red 1x1s. And two red rounded 1x2s. because as a bit of a sub-assembly, we have to do each of Santa's legs. One here, and then one here. So it should look like this. And might as well do it on the side so that everybody sees. One like here. And then one here. So that is it for the first part of the step 28. We can actually add these onto the model itself. So it's basically one here. And then one here. And you have to make it so that it looks like it's if I can just properly reassign these. Go. So that they are also over the camel pegless 1x2s that we did earlier. And then I can get to work on building the present on the back of the sleigh. Step 28 is now completed, and we have a base for our yellow present here. So I began with the red L, where from this angle the gap is actually facing the southwest, and then I filled in the gap with a yellow 1x1 here, and then surrounded it with another 3 yellow 1x1s. One here, here, and then here, and then finally I placed 2 red 1x1s. Here and here, so that kind of forms a proper cross, if you will, or a plus. So that is it for step 29. For step 28. For step 29, we actually need a black 2x2, like this one here, and 2 red 1x1s. One here and here. Here we go. And then we place one on each corner, on a corner, opposite each other, as such. And then we can just attach this onto the circular 1x2s that we did on step 28. So we are also working on Santa Claus himself, which is excellent. So now we can move on to step 29 and build more of the present. We've now done with the present for step 29, and it's actually a kind of a 180, if you will, with what we did from step 28. So the L's gap is actually facing the northeast, and the yellows are still in the same position, and the red 1x1s are actually one here and one here over the red L that we did on the step 28. So with step 29 over and done with, I can move on to step 30 and actually give Santa Claus some arms. Step 30 of the build is completed, and of course, not only does Santa have his arms, he's also got some control of the reins of the for the reindeer. So these are actually camel 1x3s, placed one underneath, and of course, on top of each one in the middle is a white 1x1 circular brick. So it kind of acts like Santa's hands, if you will. Then I also attached a circular red 1x2 on top, behind each of the red white 1x3s that we've done. One here is to the right, and the one here is to the left. And then before I attach these onto the body, I placed 2 red square 1x1s, and there's one here at the front of Santa, and one here at the back. And then I attached the arms onto the model itself. Now for the present, I began with a red 1x3 with 2 pegs in the middle right here, in the very center of the present. Then I grabbed 2 red 1x1s and placed them in the middle of the, on top of the reds that we did in the previous step. And in the same again with the yellows, 4 yellow 1x1s. One here, 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 and here. So that should be it for step 30. I can now move on to step 31, where it's an easy step. I just need this cream circular 2x2. the white square 2x2 for the head. And I place it on top as such, like this. And then I attach to the head like so. Then I need a round circle, a round 1x2 red. Where did it go? I've got one somewhere. Ah, here it is. Need one here to place on the 2 pegs of the 1x3 that we did in the previous step as such. And then for step 32, we can actually grab 2 red 1x2s with slopes and a white 1x1. Place the white 1x1 on top of a, well, we also need a red square 1x1. And then attach it to the peg for the slope, like such. And then white 1x1 on top like so. And then place it on the top of the head in this position. And then this 1x2 right here. So that should be it for Santa's head. And now we can go underneath for step 33, where we need the other clear 2x2 and place it on this tile here. And then another 2x2 with pegs on it. And it's gotta be a clear one. It can't be anything else. Nope. Here we go. We attach it like so. Perfect. So we've now done the sleigh. We just need to get to work on step 34, where it's a 6-step process, and we're going to be building a reindeer. And a very small one at that. Part 1 for step 34 is over and done with, and it's a little easy. So it's basically a golden brown 2x2 here, underneath the right side or the left side of the golden brown 2x4, wherever way you want to put it. And then you have to put 2 more golden brown 1x2 with inverted slopes here at the bottom underneath, so that it's kind of looks like this, as you can see on your screen. That's it for part 1. For part 2, we just grab another golden brown 2x2, place it here like so, and then the 2 camel 1x4s, kind of like a V, one here, and one here. So it should almost resemble a like the V, like I said. Then for step 3, we grab 2 camel 1x3s, the rounded ones, and then place them on the model as such. And then we grab a round red 1x2 and place that on here. So that's some of the body done. Then for part 4 of step 34, we grab the 2x2 with a slope on one side and a 1x2 and place it right here. Then we grab a round 1x2 black and place that in the pegs for the 2x2. And then for the 2x4, we put we put it on top of the 1x2, and it should look like this now. Step 4. For step 5, we should connect them both together, so we need a golden brown 2x2 as such. And we place it on like so. Bingo. And then we just need to attach its antlers. So we need to put in 2 brown circular 1x1s underneath a 1x2 in the same position. Otherwise the antlers are going to look awkward, and that's the last thing that we need. And the same again one here, one here, and then we just put them kind of like a V again as such. There we go. And then we can attach the head onto the body like so. And that is the reindeer fully assembled. And then we can attach everything together. So Santa will have a reindeer guiding him to all the good children around the world. And that is the Santa sleigh and the reindeer done. So with that, step 34 is completed, and we can put this to the side for a bit as we get to work on step 35, which is the main display stand, which is basically one of these. Step 35 of the build is now done, and honestly, it was really tricky, but once I got a understanding of what to do at first, it then became clear for me to assemble. So allow me to share what I've had to do first. So I began with the clear here 2x2 with ball bearings. We've got 4 on each corner, the side of the transparent blue template, which is basically 5, 8, 10, a 20x20 transparent template here, and these 4 here at the front and 4 at the back, each are hanging over by a side of the peg, row of pegs. So it's kind of going to be a little bit loose, but hopefully later on in the build they will be a little bit more stable, so we don't have to worry about a thing. Then I did the side here, the left and the right, again making sure that it was at least 1, 2, 3 here. Ball bearing, 1, 2, 3, ball bearing, 1, 2, 3, ball bearing, 1, 2, 3, and the same again, and here, and here. Then what I had to do on the left and the right side of this display of this plate is place some clear 1x1s around some of these, the top and the bottom ball bearing bricks here. One at the bottom here, and one at the top here, and then here, and then 2 underneath the top here, and 2 at the top of the bottoms here, and here. Then this is where it's going to get a little bit tricky, but easy to try and figure out. I grabbed 5 more 1x1s and placed one here, which is a peg away from this one here. And then another one away from here, one here, and one here. And then for this one was by far the trickiest one. It's basically 7 pegs, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 7th peg away from this one here. Now I'm not sure what purpose it will have yet, but hopefully in later steps it will become a lot more clearer to me, which I'm actually going to get to work on step 36 of the build and see if we can make this a little bit more stable for the model. Step 36 is now built, and boy, what a step it was. It was really tricky to actually try and do, but it's basically a mirror build on this side. Well, let's just say we'll use this side as a reference. So I began on each of the corners with a L, where the gaps are facing on the inside, right? Northeast, northwest, southwest, southeast, and then for each of the gaps there's another L where it's actually facing southeast, east, southwest, northwest, northeast. And then the same again in reverse for each one of those clear L's. And of course, these L's are also surrounding the left and right 2x2 pegs that we've done with the ball bearings. And then we grabbed 2 more L's for the bottom and the top side, where this one has the gap facing the northeast, northwest, southeast, and southwest. That is it for those. Then I grabbed two clear 2x2s from both the left and the right side. One here, and one here, and then another one here, and another one here, so that it helps kind of create a barrier, well, for the display as a whole. Then, right here at the top right of the display, I actually grabbed a 2x2, clear 2x2, with with the peg in the middle, and I used that as kind of my reference brick for this next one, and I had to place it on the right side of this 2x2 ball bearing right here, and at least one peg away, so that it's positioned right here, and of course cornered away from the gap of the L at the back right. Then underneath it is a clear 2x4 in a vertical position and with no pegs on it, and then I kind of did it in the same way, sort of like a spinning blade, where there's a 2x2 with a peg here, 2x4 or in a horizontal position, then another 2x2 here, then 2x4 in a vertical position, then another 2x2 here with a peg in the middle, and a 2x4 or heading upwards. So that's what it's like for the end of step 36, and now I can move on to step 37, where hopefully we can actually get these a little bit reinforced now. Step 37 is now done, and it's basically what I hope for. It's some clear 1x6s, and they're helping to make sure that these 2x2 with the ball bearings don't come loose anymore. And of course, there is surrounding the entire clear bricks that we've done so far. So it's helping to form the barrier for our model, which is perfect, because now we're moving on to step 38, and we can actually add the sub-assemblies that we did earlier in this build to the model itself. So I'm going to start off with the house that we've done, and then place it over the 2x2s with the pegs in the middle, as such. So it should look like this. And for the snowman, we'll actually have to be a little bit accurate with this one. So it's going to be 3 pegs away from 1, 2, 3. We place it right here. There we go. That's what it should look like now. That's step 38. For step 39, we actually need to make the bases of our tree, the bodies themselves. So for the one on the right, for step 23, we need to put 3 circular brown 2x2s on top of each other. And for the one on the left, 2 of these, as such. There we go. And then I can use this one as a bit of a reference and attach it right there, which is what I need. And then for this one, small one, attach like that, which is excellent. And then I can attach step 17, this tree right here with the yellow clear bricks, the circular ones, and place it directly on top as such. And then the white from step 23. Should be, yep, it's right. And then the white, yep, the all whites one We attach as such. Perfect. And now we've got some trees added to our display. We just need to attach Santa Claus and his reindeer to the ball bearings that we did on the top of the house. As such. There we go. And as you can see from my angle, if I can just, here we go. This is what it should look like now. A lovely built display for the inside of the present. And now we can put this to the side once more as we get to work on the actual present itself. And this instruction is double-sided, so I need to get to work on part A of the build, where we have to do it twice. Step A of the build is actually finished, almost, with this one. I just thought I would show you guys what you had to do first. So we begin with a blue tube, well, with this plate right here. The plates will then have a 1x2 with a ball mouth or joints here, where it's at least 3 pegs away from each corner, from the bottom here, and again here, and then 3 pegs away from each of those 1x2s is 2 red 1x2s with ball joints here and here, and then from the top, from the bottom to the top here, are 8 2x4s, where they're kind of assembled in a straight line horizontally to the top here, with 2 more 2x2s with ball joints here at the top as such, and then on top of each of those red 1x2 that line is a is a row of 2x4s, 1x2s first here on the end of each one, and then a 2x4 with no pegs each for each of those, who's in a vertical position, and going from the top to the bottom, and then again 2 more red 1x2s in vertical positions, so that it forms the red ribbon for the presents. So that is it for step A of the build. I'll do this one later. For step B1, which it's basically the same, only there is a bit of a difference. For this one, for B1, you actually need to, well, there's no 2x2 ball joints to attach. You just grab 3 red 2x4s, put one underneath 2, like so, and then attach it like this. So it should look like this, and then attach some pegless 2x4s. Was 2x4s and 1x2s like we did earlier for step A. That would be for step B, B2, as such, as you can see right here. Now for step B3, we turn it upside down, and then we attach some blue 2x8s, and we attach it around like a horseshoe. But for one of the top sides here, we need to attach 2 1x4s, and attach it on top of one side of a 2x8, and then place it underneath, so it comes together as such, and then we get this. So this is what B3 should look like, and A should look like, ready for attaching to the sides of the model. Now, before I actually carry on with the build, I'm actually going to finish off with this one and this one, so that I can then get ready for step C1, where we're going to build the roof of the present. Step C1 of the present build is done, and it's an easy one. I began with the 2 red, so it's basically, I have to start off with 2 blue 10x10 plates one to the left and one to the right. And then I grabbed 2 red 2x2s with ball bearings on each one. And I had to put one on the bottom right corner of one on the left, the plate, the blue plate here, and one on the bottom, sorry, this is the bottom right, and this one is on the bottom left of the plate. And then at the top here, in the vertical position, is a red 2x4 to help connect everything together. Then on the back here is another 2x4 without the pegs on it in the vertical position, again like I did. And then to help keep everything straightened out is another red 2x4 with no pegs on it. So that should be it for C1. Now I can move on to C2, where we're going to add on some more ribbons for the build. C2 is now done, and we have got some more, well, we've actually moved to the middle of the, well, the top side of the plates that we've done. So I began with the 4 1x2s with pegs in the middle of them, and placed them in horizontal positions on both sides of the 2x4 without the pegs. That's right here at the top. Then the top row here is, and this is kind of a mirror step, by the way, guys, is 2 red 2x3s in vertical positions, aligned here with the 1x2, and then another 2x4 on both ends, nearing to both of the right and left side of the build. Then I grabbed 2 red 1x1s, one here and one here at the top row, and then at the bottom of the 2x4s is a 1x1 with a peg on both sides, one here. I should have mentioned this. I've actually got 4 of those bricks for the build. And then here on the left side is a 2x3 with a slope right here on this side, and it's all connected together nicely. So that should be it for C2. For C3, we're going to be building up more of the ribbon itself, and hopefully getting some more details down. C3 is now completed, and we have got more detail for the ribbons that we've than in the previous step. So I had to begin with the 4 2x4s without the pegs on, so that they are covering what we did in C2 here and here. And then I had to grab 2 more 2x4 and place them in a horizontal position over the 1x2s and the 2x4 that we did earlier. So it looks like this. I also had to grab a 1x2 who were red and place it in a horizontal, a vertical position to fill in the gap, the back of the 2x3 edge that we did here. And then here at the front is a 2x4 red with no pegs here in a vertical position. And then right here at the front, underneath and on top of that 2x4 is 2 1x2s with no pegs. 2 underneath and 2 on top. So that is it for C3. I now need to get to work on C4, where we need to, we're going to add some more details onto the ribbon. C4 is nearly completed. There's just one more brick, piece that I have to do for the assembly, but I thought I'd have to share with you what what I've done first. So I began with the 2 red 1x2s with slopes on one side of the brick, where they're both in vertical positions. This one has the slope on the left side, and this one is slope on the right. So that is that for that part. Then here is a very special combo. So we do a 2x3 with a long slope, and place a 1x2 behind it. Then underneath those is 2 1x2s with inverted slopes, and you place one here, and then another one here, as such. And then we put it on like so, and then we attach it to the model like this. And that should be it for step 4, C4, and then we can move on to C5, where we're going to be adding some more parts onto the model, including another pegless tile here. C5 is nearly completed. I just thought I'd have to go through with what you have to do here first. So I first of all began with the with the 2x4 tile with no pegs on, and placed it over the bricks that we did here on C4, so that it doesn't slide around a lot. Then I had to grab a 2x2 with a slope on one side, and grab a red 1x2 and place it underneath one side. Right. So for this side right here, the brick should look like this, and then I place it underneath as such. And then you have to do the for the other side. You have to do it on the on this side. So it should look like this. And then to help connect everything for C5, that brick there is a red 2x3, so it should look like this. A nicely assembled old piece. So that is it for C5. We can now move on to D1, where we need 2 more of the blue tiles here to assemble the rest of the top of the present. So D1 is now over and done with. It's basically the same as C1, but instead of the this brick, this tile going in a horizontal position, it's going in a vertical position so that it connects everything here, and of course make sure that you have a gap of the same size between these two here. Otherwise, it's going to be rather difficult to try and do D2, where we're going to assemble more of the red ribbon and add some very important bricks to the build. C3 is now completed, and again, it's the same as what we did with C3, only this time there is a 2x4 in a vertical position, and where the pegs on top of that are being squashed, being in between this 1x2 here that we've done. And of course, we have a large gap again. So we need to actually get that gap fixed. So we need to do what we did back in C4, where we attach these 2x3 slopes with a 1x2, and then put these 1x2 inverted slopes underneath as such. Trying to make sure that they are also aligned with each other. As such. There we go. Perfect. And then we can attach this 2x4 with no pegs on it on top. As such. And then we place this on like so, and then we can attach all the bodies right onto a little display stand as such. So it should hopefully come together like this. Go. And then for the bees, we just put it in the wrong way. Go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. And then we are also ready. We can also close this off And then we can also surprise our friends and family with this awesome Nanobuild. Of a Christmas present. A beautifully wrapped Nanoblock set. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. I hope that you have found this very helpful in your nano builds of your Santa set, your Christmas set, or your cream soda set. And if you have found this very helpful, please consider giving this video a like, and of course subscribe to the channel if you are ever new and you have found this video very helpful, as well as any other videos that I've done over the past 4 years of nanoblock building here on YouTube. Thank you very much, and I shall see you in 2025.